Alright, can I get a quick mic check? It's been a while since I've done this. Casual Cold War gameplay. Yeah, it's actually a pretty good game, but that's really not what the video is about. So today's theme is going to be kind of what I've been up to in regards to Titanfall, which is a whole lot of nothing. I haven't been playing that much. Because I think when you start getting to 3 years, you have to ask yourself, so why do I do this? It's because you're expecting the next one to be even better and pick up where this one left off. Like, just think about it. They have all the pieces that they currently need. If they were to just shift over some things from the single player campaign into the multiplayer, it would just be amazing. The level design in the campaign was just everything that Titanfall should be. And if they grab that and put it into the multiplayer and just grab everything that they now know about the game and put it into a new one, I feel you can come out with an amazing product. And sometimes I think maybe Titanfall 2 multiplayer was a little bit rushed. The initial speed that they didn't really notice that was too low, it didn't even let you parkour, kind of shows that they kind of rushed it. And maybe now that they've had some time to think about it, it feels like it's almost the right time to try again. And I know what they've learned through this game. I think they've actually seen the pinnacle of speed, thanks to things like Cash Mayo, people that learned how to slingshot. Well, you know, I really like the slingshot as well, but I really like all the movements of the grappling hook. And now that they're getting better sense of how these abilities work, let's not forget that this game kind of had what Apex has going on for it. Everybody liked phase shift. It was just so strong. It used to have 2 charges in this game, and then it was knocked down to 1. That's a huge change. When you see an ability that gets a 50% nerf, it really says something about the balance of that ability at the time. I'm sure they've also learned a lot about just their boosts. Again, there's some boosts that you just never see. And that's where I think they're going to be able to improve. I think the holes in this game are really easy to catch. That's why it seems like you can make such an amazing game in the next installation. But the question is, when is that? And the reason I think you're going to be asking yourself that question if you're somebody like me is because when you get into 3 years, you're like, well, what am I doing here? Is there actually going to be a next one? I think that's fair enough to say for probably anybody playing this game right now. It's not that they don't have development. I don't really care that they don't say that they have Titanfall 3. The biggest thing is that they don't say anything at all. I think that's the worst kind of relationship, right? People that don't talk. Just problems everywhere if you don't talk about them. So come on, Respawn. How about we actually talk? A 5-second tweet from something somebody said in passing that was so arbitrary, we haven't forgotten Titanfall. Well, that doesn't say anything. I'm like, okay, great. You didn't fall down and hit your head in the shower this morning. So it gives me absolutely no information. So I just want to hear something meaningful. Bring out some old concept art. Nothing has to be new, but I don't see why you can't acknowledge the game. I just find that so weird. That's like disowning a child. Shame.
So he didn't even get a kill for that. But still, you can get a little bit of satisfaction out of that.
And don't mind me, I'm just going through all the stages of grief. Right now I'm in anger. Actually, I passed that a while ago, but it's just flaring up right now when I'm doing this video. Because I'm practically at acceptance. I'm at the final stage. So I feel good about that. I'm still enjoying casual time, but it's not it's not bombing, I'll be honest. It doesn't capture my attention for as long. It's still good, but it doesn't hold me in. And that's probably because once I play a couple games, I'm like, okay, kind of get into a routine, and you know, you don't want to be in too comfortable a place when you're playing a game, right? Because you're still looking to experiment, but I think the time for that is practically gone in this game.
Where's this? It's funny that you can actually make it hit a post. Guy with a smart pistol.
So it's fun to talk about Titanfall 3, and that's not really what this video is about. It was more so just about saying where I'm kind of at with this game, because I have to imagine there's other people that feel that exact same way. The 3-year anniversary was not a particularly good one. At least not from my point of view. So now I kind of want to go back to the title, because this is Titanfall After the Fall, kind of to like signify that, you know, we're kind of at our lowest we've ever been. And looking to Titanfall 3 is just looking at it objectively. It's like, where is it and is it coming? I have the prediction that if it's not November or December, that this game isn't happening for at least another year.
Like more come through here? Anybody here?
And that's pretty much where I'm at. I guess I don't really have anything else to say about that in that regard. But if you guys have something to add, like, feel free. Like, there's a difference between burnout and like playing a game too much, because I honestly don't think I play it that much. This is somewhat different. It's like a meta reason not to play it. Like, maybe it's just, maybe I'm just having an existential crisis with this game and being like, what's the point if another one doesn't come out?
That's that one. Oh, nice swing. Oh, and get the sentry. My last deed. You think that hits?
But yeah, trying to come out at I wouldn't want to beat any game when Halo drops. I feel like that may actually be really good. They take their time with Halo games for the most part.
Reload.
Yeah, I like running on walls. I know it sounds so simple, but it's like sometimes just like standing on walls or just walls. Walls are so good in this game. Way OP. For everybody that asks how you do this, all you're doing is grabbing on and you jump every time. For some reason, it seems like it helps. I know that after you do your jump, you kind of like lose your ability to jump, but I swear there's a weird timing in between there where you can still just kind of spam and still get a little bit of a boost with the grappling hook. That one's hard for me to explain. Even though I do it all the time, it feels better to be hitting that jump button in time with your grappling hook than to not. One of the things I did recently was, well, a couple months ago, I started using Twitch a bit. And that was kind of like my last-ditch effort to change this game up for myself, because playing live was a lot different than... Oh, it's weird when I have my voice in the background from here. Anyways, it kind of changed the game up for me, so it was me trying to experience this game differently. But even then, it's not quite enough, so... That's just how you feel some days. But it's funny because I've also always said that making videos for this game is probably one of the easiest thing ever, because when you have a pretty good game, it just feels more like it's a highlight reel than any other game. Like unedited Call of Duty games, Battlefield games, like the pacing isn't quite there. But in a good game of Titanfall, there's a very comfortable pace, I find, where you don't have to over edit it. And I remember I actually started off with Battlefield, which is probably the worst game because you had to do so many strategic cuts because you wanted to make sure that the game still flowed and there was context to the kills and the engagements. I kind of actually miss doing those. Those used to be pretty fun. Anyways, that's the end of this video. If you guys enjoyed it, well, feel free to leave a like, leave a comment. I'm sure you guys have some views about the state of the game. I think that's always an interesting thing to talk about. And if you get to witness the death of a game, it's actually quite the experience as well. So either way, we got some things to look forward to. All right, guys. You all have a good one. I'm Paper. Cut to you. And I'll see you all next time.